Do you know what cracking means?
Cracking?
Yeah.
Like cracking open
Like,
a box? Like
No.
ripping a pack?
I want to get, like, someone saying, like, they're going to crack. Like,
like they're losing it?
I need to be cracked.
Oh, they need their back cracking. Like,
More like they need to get fucked. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Dual Hemisphere Hangout. My name is Luke, and join with me each and every week. I do have my lovely co-host Jake. Jake, my man, say hello to the people.
hello, everyone. I had to get that sip of coffee in pretty quick. I caught me a bit off guard.
Me too. Me too. I was like,
it's going good. I'm slightly sunburnt, but that's what you get for going out without sun cream on. I thought I could make it to the station. It was really cloudy. We've had like a load of bushfires, not in WA, but in like South Australia, and they're all coming over. So yesterday was like super cloudy. I was like, that's fine. I can get to the station. Like, there's going to be no UV because it goes through clouds, and it doesn't go through clouds, I think. Or maybe I'm wrong, and all the dermatologists are going to be like, you stupid boy!
Well, the sun's still out, even though there's clouds out. It still goes through them.
But it was like really thick. It almost seemed like a winter's day in like the UK. You know, everything's grey. Yeah. So I was like, oh, fine. I can make it to the station. Like, it's a 15-minute walk. Oh, boy. There was a parting, and I got cooked. So my nose is a bit... Can you see it on camera?
Yeah, you can. Yep.
For the audio listeners, basically, I look like Rudolph. And then when I press it, I go back to white, and then I'm back to red again.
Leading Santa sleigh tonight. Let's go.
You definitely see me coming. I'd say that. But no, I'm feeling good. It's starting to cool down now. Like you know, like you only know you're sunburnt once you get into like maybe an aircon environment, and then you feel yourself radiating. It's very weird.
Yes. Oh yeah, I have been sunburnt plenty of times. It's like I will never forget the time that I got sunburnt so fucking bad. I was freshly just graduated high school. Me and the boys, we were like, all right, we're gonna go celebrate. We're gonna go out to Carolinas, go to the beach, and we went on the dunes. And of course, you know, you're 18, you're like, I don't need sunscreen. Well, you're walking on dunes in the summer at 80 degrees with no shirt on, no sunscreen. When I tell you, I was so fucking sunburnt that I had the equivalent to second-degree burns on my skin. Like, my skin started to bubble around my shoulders, and I peeled about 3 times. Like, and I'm talking about like thick, like nasty ass shit. And now I have so many like freckles and moles on my shoulders for where I got sunburnt that one time. So I always like now, like for the rest of my life, I have to put sunscreen on there, or I'm like just gonna get skin cancer. That I probably have skin cancer, and I just don't know it yet. But
we probably all do. We probably all do. It's not. We don't really. Yeah, we really don't
really
protect
think about
the way we should. I should really. I've got an umbrella. I should just walk around with an umbrella. Like that is the easiest way to escape the sun. It looks odd, but like in most countries where the sun is unbearable, people will just have umbrellas. I see them in the city a lot.
I mean, even in Florida, like I never wore sunscreen, even though I definitely should have, because I was standing outside for like 8 to 10 hours a day. But after like the first like month of doing it, my skin was. I mean, you can literally see I've reversed tan since I've been back because I don't have to be outside anymore. But I was like, there's like some early podcast things of my skin like legitimately like being like straight up kissed by the sun. Like I was not, my Irish heritage was not existent. And
my Photoshop struggled to pick you up on the auto background removal. It was
sometimes. Sometimes, especially when I didn't have a light, when I didn't have like a ring light or anything
That's
like that
true.
lighting up. There was times where I'm just like, dude, I look so dark. It looks like I'm sitting in like a dim room, and I'm like, no, there's just like I have shitty lighting, and my skin's just darker than normal. I'm not. What's the word? Luminescent because I'm not like white right now. Like it's crazy.
But I must digress from how I feel because for the audio listeners, you won't know this, but Luke's obviously gone through something, a major life, a major life event, because he's lobbed the mustache off, and now he looks like me.
I know. I said I just want to be. I said 2026. I just want to be like my British friend, really, 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 really bad. No, I mean honestly, yeah. So for audio, I mean I got a haircut, but you guys have seen this haircut before, so I trimmed it up. But yeah, I chopped off most of my beard. It's not completely gone. It's just very short. Like you, if you watch the video format, you'll see it's very similar to Jake's beard. It literally is just because the way I was not happy with the way it was growing out because to be honest, I haven't been taking the best care of it. Normally when I'm growing a beard that long, I'm putting the oils, I'm putting the balm, I'm shampooing it daily, conditioning, and I mean, I was still shampooing it. I would put the balm in, but I wasn't doing the oils, and wasn't really like shaping it the way I wanted to. And when you grow a beard out, you really gotta like train it to go a certain way. And the way it was just growing out, it was like staying thin here and just growing out here, but it's like expanding this way while the sides were still going down flat. So I'm like, so I might as well just lob it off. And if I want to regrow it out, like I can just retrain it now and do it properly. Because I mean, I have had that beard, let's see, for a while. Like, when did I trim it? I got it trimmed like right before I came down to Florida. So, I mean, I hadn't really touched it in about a year and a half, like with trimmers. Like, I think I got it shaped up when I got my haircut like 2 months ago. But yeah, I was just like, I was ready for a little bit of a change. I also like fucking with people at work. I just like going on break and then coming back with a haircut and like, I just like fucking with people. The kids were like very shocked because some of them didn't recognize me for a little bit. They're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "You know who I am." And they're like, "Mr. Luke." I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." And it's just some of the funny, and then just seeing the looks on some of the teachers' faces and the parents, because they don't. Sometimes they don't really. You have to point it out to them because they don't really notice it all that much because you're like, you still have a beard, and then they're like, it's always a delay. It's like, yeah, how's it going? I'm like, okay, oh, you got your haircut. That's nice. And they're like, whoa.
What?
And I'm like, yeah, yeah.
You can
I'm
see
like,
the eyes
yeah.
move because you make eye contact when you like. Isn't it that like your eyes and your forehead are like 90% of your facial recognition features in terms of like when people are talking to you? And that's what happens. You can see them look at your eyes, and then it slowly travels down to the nose, and it's like, okay, and then the mouth and the chin, and it's like, oh god. Like, I do see those videos on like Instagram and stuff where like their dads, like kids' dads, have had like big beards. We're talking like down to maybe chest, like nipple level, and then they go bald. And then the kids start crying and screaming because they think someone's broken into the house.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, definitely. Like it's. I mean, I look like completely different. I think I look a little bit younger, which is, I guess, cool. It makes me feel a little bit like not as much as an old fuck.
You do look a lot younger. Yeah,
I do look younger. Yeah, I was like, but that happens to me. Like, I mean, I think I just have that. I don't know. I mean, I have my dimples like right here. So when I don't have a beard, my dimples show a little bit more. And I don't know. It's just, it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm not going to complain that I look younger. But yeah, no, I just felt like trimming it up. Like I think we talked about it before, not to sound cocky, but like, I'm like, I can have a beard. I can have a short beard. I can have a long beard. I can have a medium sized beard. I will never rock a no beard. I did that one time and I will never do that again because I looked 16 and I did not like it. But yeah, no, it was just the right time. And yeah, it is just so because if I do decide to like regrow it out, I can like retrain it and stuff like that. And then now that I'm better off financially than I had been, I can properly like go to the barber and get it trimmed up like once or twice a month not once or twice a month. I mean once or twice every month or so. And get it shaped up the right way so it's not growing out unruly, stuff like that. So
I do need to probably actually get my haircut properly. the layering is all off. I do it all myself because I cannot be bothered paying.
Exactly.
Some of the cuts are really bad. Some of the cuts are actually pretty decent. But then you find out that like this week, I found out that like when I first cut it, it looked awesome. I was like, yo, this is probably one of the best ones I've done. And then I get through the week and I notice like you won't be able to, it's a very video podcast, but like I have my hair going to the right, like flopping over to the right, like most like men do. They have like a styled peak or whatever. The left side was so long, it made my head look like a box. It was really bad. And I just obviously like missed it because the way I do the top is I push it back up so it stands up, and then you just get the shaver with whatever guard you want on. I usually go for like a 5 or 6 on top and just rip it down the front, like from the back to the front, and that usually catches, like it makes it flat on the top. And then the fringe, I pull down and do like just lob it across the receding hairline level. But no, it was horrendous. I looked at myself at work, and I don't know if it was just like the way I'd slept at the bed head, but it was just, I looked like a melon, man. Well, not even a melon, because that's circular. What's a square fruit? I don't think there is one.
I have no idea.
But no, it's what's going on?
Do you not hear the jets going by my house right now?
Bro,
dude, they just like be doing that shit, dude. Like I live right by Oceana, so like jet noise is like people have like things saying I heart jet noise, and I do like jet noise, just not at fucking 9:23 in the afternoon. But to be fair, the U.S. is doing wonker shit over in Venezuela, so who knows?
It never sleeps. The U.S. never sleeps. Yeah, I tied it to you like because you were moving a little bit. Like I thought maybe your cable was just like rubbing against the bottom of the mic, but no, it just
that was the engine of a jet flying right under my head.
The noise cancelling actually pretty decent considering you had a jet engine outside your room. It was just like little.
I was just like, it's picking it up. I'm like, but I don't know how loud it is, so I'm about to wait for him to finish the story so I can like knock it off. But anyways, we can get back to it.
Back on topic. There has been some. Oh well, the year has started. We've got through to like 10 days into 2026, and I have finally, well, not finally, I have announced our first series, our first Pokemon series that I was talking about bringing back with the Draft League and stuff. We've got a ladder series coming up. Not the 19th, is it? I can't remember what day. What day I set it at. It's basically the last 2 weeks in January.
Yes, it's the 23rd, 24th, I think. So 23rd and 24th.
It's going to be good. It's I've been I don't know if I'll probably enjoy it for the first 2 games, just like any ladder series. But there's 2 weeks, so I could do 2 games a night and not get tilted. The way I've done the scoring systems is if you do get on a losing streak, it will punish you, and if you go on a winning streak, it will reward you. So it might be best that if you start losing 2 or 3 in a row, you don't keep going and just take a break. Yep. It's like the gambling things, like, but remember to stay responsible when laddering. Respect your family.
Respect your family. Don't start screaming.
But yeah, I knocked up just a basic tier list for regulation F, I believe it is. I'm still accepting. By the time this podcast goes out, there will still be time before cutoff for another tier list submission. And then we'll go into not drafting, but just designing a team, which I'm looking forward to. I'll do a bit of team building on throughout the week. And then I'll do all my 15 games in one day and be done with it and see where I place. And if no one joins, I'm coming first.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be coming. So it's gonna be a one or two person race to the bottom.
Who could get the least points? I don't know how many.
You're gonna get someone's gonna go
plus minus 14. So maximum minus points is minus
like
29.
29. Yep, I'm shooting for the moon, minus 25. No, I'm just kidding. No, that is exciting, very exciting. Obviously, that's exactly what we were talking about doing and sticking to our word, and we're working towards it, and we have a goal in mind, so it should be fun. Hopefully we get a lot of people to play. It'd be fun to just kind of get everyone back in the room, maybe get some people to stream, record, stuff like that. That'd be really dope. But it's nice to get back in the groove of Pokemon because again, doing it every week for almost 3 months at a time got draining after a while. It's nice to get back to it, kind of seeing how the meta's played out, seeing what's available and stuff like that, because to be honest, I have not touched competitive Scarlet and Violet in ever. Actually, ever. besides draft league, like ever.
We kind of done fast draft, but fast draft doesn't really count, especially when we've been messing around with Little Cup and Middle Evolutions.
Exactly. I mean, you probably have had the best experience, the most authentic experience, because you and Nick went to a regional during the Scarlet and Violet circuit. So you guys probably you have that to go off of.
Yeah. I mean, can't say it did me any good, but yeah, I definitely the combos that are out there at the moment are definitely the same as what they were way back when. The meta hasn't shifted as much as people think it or thought it had. But then again, I haven't seen any tournaments in a while. I'm wondering if they had an Oceania one that didn't. They don't stream them down here.
Yeah, they definitely have had ones. Had a tournament just recently, not recently, but like pretty relatively new. But again, it's just always, you're going to see your Koraidons, you're going to see your Urshifus, you're going to see your Incineroars and your Fluttermanes occasionally now. So I mean, it's the same thing, which is going to be fun to combat when we're rocking not the meta. It'll be a challenge.
I'm in beginner tier, and everyone knows in beginner tier you can make the most meta team, but you might not make it out because the teams down there are crazy.
Oh yeah, they're definitely insane. I think when I was doing that Scarlet and Violet, I came across like a Glaceon team. No, I was doing a Glaceon team when I was running shop through the lower tiers, and then the second I got to like Ultra Ball, I just started getting my ass beat. And I'm like, all right, this is the 5th time I've ran into a G-Max, a Dynamax Kyogre, and a Calyrex. All right, I don't know if my Glaceon can do shit now. All right, fuck me.
Yep.
But no, it'll be a good time, man. I'm very looking forward to it for sure. Well, in other news, it's been kind of a week for me. I won't deny that. So, Jake, I don't know how I'm going to tell you this, but I'm moving again. I'm not moving far. I'm moving like 25 minutes away.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still stressful as hell. Like, I moved 25 minutes and it's still stressful as hell.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, it's just my room. Like, that's literally all I'm moving out. No, I mean, it's not a negative thing at all. It's actually a pretty net positive thing. Like I said, kind of my best friend, when I was leaving, he invited me to come down and stay with him and all that. And, at the time, of recording, we're both, I'm 32. He's about to be 32. And I think, I mean, for him, the way he framed it was like, how are you doing financially? I'm like, I'm doing actually really good. And he's like, I kind of just, think I'm ready to like be by myself for a while. And I'm like, no, that makes sense because, at the end of the day, having your own space is really nice. You know what I mean? Like it is a genuine nice thing to have is like your own space. And so, yeah, I was like, of course, that's not a big deal. And I think at the end of the day, I kind of also wanted my own space as well. I think just the timeline got sped up for sure, which I told him. I was like, for me, I was like thinking about, like 2026, get everything going. And then I'm like, maybe like 6 months down the road during the summertime, I crossed that bridge. But, it just got sped up a little bit, but it's not like a negative or resentful thing at all. I mean, we are literally, that's my best friend. And it's just very much a thing where, at the end of the day, having your own space, being two single dudes, having your own space is kind of nice. And when I sat there and thought about it, I was like, oh, sweet. I just get a 2-bedroom place and just have my gaming setup in my room and have a
Yep.
proper recording setup for the first time ever, which is really, really cool. I don't no longer have to worry about having my bed in the background or being halfway in a closet that I'm currently in right now. But yeah, no, I'm going to be probably moving towards the end of the month or early next month. But not far. I'm still going to be in the Hampton Roads area, so probably honestly going to be moving closer back to the Norfolk area, so I can take over the Norfolk Noctals once again. It's been waiting for me to come back, I've always liked the Norfolk area specifically, like because where I was at before, there's a lot of places on the ocean side of the Norfolk area, which is where I was for like the previous 6 years before I went to Tallahassee. So going back in that area is going to be nice, for sure. And I'm just in a better place financially again. For the first couple months, stressing it out, coming up with the funds, as we like to say, 2.5 times rent, sometimes 3 times rent is a little tight to squeeze sometimes, but the end of the
Two and a
day,
half is a lot. Is
yeah.
that what
So I mean,
the running rate is
some
now?
of them 2.5. Yeah, I think I've seen 1.5. Some of them are 1.5. Some of them are 2.5. I mean, and it's just not having it down. Sometimes it's just like this is what your income needs to be. Your income needs to be two and a
Oh, I
half
see. Right.
times.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So like if my rent is $1,500, I need to be bringing in like $3,500 a month. It's like what
Yeah.
they're saying, because they're like, obviously if your rent's $1,500 a month and you're bringing in maybe only $2,000 a month, with
Yeah. It's
water,
not feasible.
electricity, you got like $100 left over to do that. So, but yeah, use most of it's like 2.5 times, which is understandable. Rent, I mean, it just depends. Sometimes they want a whole month's rent for deposit. Sometimes they're okay with $500. Sometimes I've seen some low as some of them are just like free. So it all just depends on like the agency and what they want sometimes. But back in Florida, I think one time it was they needed two months rent, so they needed the first month, and then the holding or the deposit, the security deposit was another month's rent, and then the other one was like $500. But so we'll figure it out. I mean, I got some applications in, just waiting on some approvals and stuff like that. But that process is always, at this point, I'm a fucking pro. I'm not stressed about the actual moving part. It's just more like finding a space and then having to just readjust my budget. And after being like, all right, I'm good, and then I'm like, all right, fuck everything I just planned out. We're gonna have to start over on
I
the
mean,
budget
it's
side of
nice that you're
things.
probably not rushed in a way that, like,
No,
usually when you're
exactly, no.
moving, it's because
Yeah,
you've been forced out of a place or something's happened and you need to
exactly.
go like in a month.
Yeah,
When you
for
can
sure.
actually do I have been thinking of sending the email to the agency at our place and be like,
Mhm.
look, I know our renewal's not till like April. Please, can I just have some sort of word of intent that we're going to renew?
Yeah.
If not, I could start looking now, and I've got 3 months to try and fix things instead of don't
Mhm.
give me 3 weeks to fix things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, yeah, that's also a blessing as well. It's just more like I was just more. He told me like he asked me on last Saturday, Sunday, or something like that, and he's like, "You don't have a time frame. You can leave whenever you want." And obviously, I'm like, "Well, end of the month should be fine, for me." Because no one wants to move in the middle of the month. That's just fucking crazy. You always try to time your moves for the end of the month. So I'm like, if I get approved and we're rocking and rolling, then shouldn't be a problem to get out in 3 weeks or something like that. So obviously no rush. But yeah, no, the move's not gonna be the problem. It never is, because I mean, God, I'm a fucking pro at this point. I
So
honestly start
is
my own
most of your
fucking
stuff
move.
in storage then? Are you paying for a unit?
No, no, no. I literally kind of just left I gave most of it to my roommate. Like my roommate, when we went to Florida, she got her place up there and she had like nothing. Like so I'm just like, well,
Ah, okay.
I'm moving in with my best friend. He's already got like all the stuff. Like I really don't need the couch and the TV stand and the chairs and the plates and
All
all
the
that
big
shit. So
stuff, which
yeah,
that's what ruins moving. So when you're just moving a room, which is a bed
yeah.
and usually a
I think
bookshelf and a TV and a bit of a
yeah,
computer setup, oh, super easy. You could get
yeah,
it in the back of the
yeah.
truck if you wanted.
Exactly. Like I'm not getting a fucking truck anymore. I'm gonna fucking just fold down my fucking seats and call it a fucking day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that I'm moving is honestly this desk. The desk is going to be the most annoying thing to fucking take apart and put back together. But besides that, it's going to be good. So that happened. What else has happened this week? Besides that, work's been pretty chill. Life has been going pretty good overall. It's been a good start to the year. I did learn this, and I did learn this about myself this week. I I am old. I think I've learned that. I think I'm old. I am learning so many new words this week. Like I've learned. Okay, let me just ask you. Do you know what? What do you know? What do you know? What cracking means?
Cracking.
Yeah.
Like cracking open a box? Like
No.
ripping a pack?
I want to get like someone saying like they're gonna crack. Like
like they're losing it?
I need to be cracked.
Oh, they need their back cracking. Like
More like they need to get fucked.
oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I learned that this week. Someone was like, I need to be cracked. I'm like, yeah, well, I know a good chiropractor, and they're like, and then immediately, like, shit you not, immediately, they're like, Luke. And I'm like, oh my god,
what? Do you know what generation they're from? What year are they born?
They are like late 90s, so I'm like 98, 99, so about 7 years difference.
Yeah, it's my generation. I've never heard that. Maybe it's a US thing.
It might be. I've seen like TikTok, like, and then of course TikTok picks up on everything, and then like all my TikTok is like getting cracking every time we agree on something, and I'm like, oh well, damn TikTok, if you would have shown me this earlier, I wouldn't have looked foolish. But yeah, I've learned that I am old and I do not know sayings. Like apparently, like saying something is like.
See, well, I think that might be like depending on what like community you're from as well. It's like we're the gaming community,
true,
so
right?
being cracked is like you're fucking sick at a game. Like if I get gunned down in COD, like that guy's cracked. He's not getting cracked in your sense. That guy's
I know. It's actually legitimately insane. I was so surprised.
Have you heard any other person other than him say it? Or her?
No.
I think they've made that up. I don't think it's a you problem. I think it's a them problem.
But I've seen it on TikTok. So other people are using this word. So I'm like, it's kind of like have you seen like the what's it called? The 6-7 thing? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that does my head. Well, the thing is, we fueled that. Like, the adults fueled that.
That's true.
You should have just ignored it, and it would have done like anything on the internet usually does, which dies in 2 weeks. But because everyone got so annoyed with it, it was just like, now it's a thing.
Exactly, right? So I'm just like, maybe, it's like, but then it's like kind of like our generation's like, I mean, we say like, oh, that's sick, or that's rad, or well, we don't even say fucking that's rad, we just say that's fucking sick, or that's dope. Like, that's what we say. And like back in, I guess, our parents' generation, there would be like, that's cool and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, but I really, really, really was like, oh, that's what you're telling me. That's okay. Thank you. And then I left it at that, and then I felt really, really old. And then I realized I was 32, and then I got a haircut to feel young again. No, just kidding. Anyways, but besides that, it is a crazy thing to think about, though. Like,
I have the different dichotomy at work. I'm the youngest.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I'm not the oldest, but I'm like the middle part. More people are younger than me now than are older than me.
I am Baba Jake, and some of the things they talk about is like it loses me. The thing is, like I don't think they understand. They do get it, because I don't watch TV shows. I don't watch movies, and I say I haven't got the attention span for it. I do, but it's not like I haven't got the attention span of I'm going on like reels halfway through the movie. when starting and scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, when I put the movie on, 10 minutes in, I'm falling asleep. Like I'm lights out. So there's no point me watching it. For my TV, I watch documentaries. And for 99% of it is all coming from YouTube. I just watch YouTube. Yeah. But to my colleagues, they see YouTube as just what they give their kids. Like, go watch YouTube. True. And it's not like that. So they look at me and it's like, oh, so they're all watching these TV shows, and it's just, you can see the difference in generation. But then again, like, they're also, well, they weren't all talking about Stranger Things, but a few of them were. I know it's a huge series, not watched it.
Yeah.
So then they start grilling me like, what have you watched? I was like, Breaking Bad? Nope. Game of Thrones? Saw the last episode. Pretty good to me.
Yep.
Pretty good to me. Everyone else was fucking fuming because they spent like 8 years watching the same series for it to build up to that. But for me, little old me that watched one episode, I was like, yo, that's pretty sick. Lost, saw the last five episodes. Pretty good to me. Apparently that was really bad too.
Yeah. Wild. When you told me that story, I was still baffled. I'm like, yeah, it was great. And then like the Game of Thrones things is so funny to me because it's just like Jake is talking about, like, I watched the last episode. I started before the last season, so I like watched the last season was coming out, so I watched it all. I think watched the last season as it was airing. And then there are the people like my other friend who watched it from season 1, and I hated the ending. They were like mad, like they were about to go burn down HBO. And Jake's like, great episode, great finale, loved it.
Dragons, death.
Why is everyone upset?
Yeah, dragons, death, armies fighting. All seem pretty good to me. Like, if you look at it from a standalone episode and forget everything that happened in the past, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, I mean, it probably is great. I mean, it'd be a cool thing if you were to show someone who has no idea what Game of Thrones is and makes them watch the last season. They'd probably think it's the best fucking thing they've ever seen. So, you know, fair play.
I must admit, like, some of the deaths were a bit meh. Like,
yeah,
like you go out with a bit more of a bang. Like, this is obviously a big character, and you're gonna kill him. Don't just do like a ha 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 hee ha stab.
Yeah.
Do a bit more grand. I remember like Star Wars deaths. Do you remember like fucking Luke and what's his face? And they're like, you're not my father. That's a proper death.
Luke and what's his face?
I don't know.
And Darth Vader. And Vader.
Anakin.
Vader. No, that
no.
I mean, technically it's Anakin. It's technically Anakin. But yes.
That's how you do it. And this is showing like how much I've watched.
You're really showing your true self out there, man.
But the moral, the point that I'm getting at is like what you got with the whole cracked situation is what I get on a daily basis at work. But they all look at me like I'm stupid. Plus, I'm also from like I'm from Yorkshire, so I have a lot of different like sayings and colloquialisms that they've never heard of before. So I say something and I just get this the blank face for audio view. Like, what? What did you just say? So I get where you're coming from, Luke. I feel, but I get the opposite because I feel young. I feel like all these older people are yapping in my tea room, and I feel young.
I'd much rather feel young than feel old because I was just like, that's embarrassing. Anyways, but in other news, I did finish Expedition 33. That was really
total
good.
Playtime?
Finally, total playtime 45 hours.
Ooh.
So, so I did a lot of the side quests. I leveled up a lot because the final boss is kind of like the end game. There really isn't too well. Apparently, they shadow dropped a DLC that unlocks a lot of things after you beat the final boss in Act 3. So I'm going to go back and play that. I mean, I once again, like all the awards, like winning game of the year. Um, I played a lot of games in my life. Like I mean, we've seen my catalog. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Um, I personally have not been one as emotionally invested as I was in the characters and the story from the get go. Like that prologue of the Gomage, learning the first things about it, like the sheer like shock factor of what's actually going on, the stakes that are at hand, and they pull you in so damn well. And if you're just following the story, because again, you can pretty much just follow the story and probably get to where you need to be, except for like the final two bosses of the game where you do need to grind a little bit. Like they really pull you in. It's a relatively linear like game, so if the story's really good, which it is, it literally just pulls you in and does not let you go. Like it, and if you buy now, if you don't like the story, then that's you're not gonna get pulled on. But if you get pulled in, like it does not let you go whatsoever. So the entire time, I'm thoroughly invested. Not looking anything up on the internet. Obviously, don't want to be spoiled myself. But having certain things happen in the game that legitimately shocked me. The plot twists, the turns in the game were very well done. They weren't like bullshit plot twists. Like it's they very much very well explain a lot of the plot twists. And then obviously at the end of the game, you have to make a decision. And there's two endings based on those decisions. And I am such a big fan of that. I really like that in games where there are two decisions and both decisions are good in the sense of it depends on the the person playing the game's perspective of what's going on. You get one perspective where it's like kind of like it's like a happier ending overall, and it's just like this is good. Everyone's happy. Then there's a more like no, this is not good. What's happening? You kind of are like avoiding reality, and it's like now I picked the latter. I picked the one that wasn't necessarily the quote happy ending. It was the more broad one because the way I took the main thing happening, I'm like, oh, this is not okay. Like something needs to change. Like the person who is trying to change the thing is while the person didn't do the right things necessarily, the end result is truly the correct thing to do in my mind. And other people argue differently. And I think that's the beautiful part of it. Like you have two different perspectives from players and what they want. And depending on what you choose, you're probably going to like said ending. And so I picked the ending that I did. I did watch the other ending, but I didn't watch it. I actually read someone talk about it. I didn't want to spoil it. It was like, that's not my ending. I don't want to see it. And someone talked about it. I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad I picked the ending I did. And so I again, like that part of it was again just kind of really just drove home like the feeling I got from that game, which I haven't gotten from like other than like the Persona series, the Final Fantasy series. Um, the emotional moments, again, the shock factor. Like again, I'm a pretty quiet gamer unless I'm playing like FIFA or some shit. Like I'm very much I'm just involved in the game. And I'm involved in the game. And then when something happens, like, what the fuck? And someone's like, is everything okay? I'm like, no, no, nothing is okay right now. Again, it just kind of goes to show that the game was really good. And I think it definitely deserved Game of the Year. Again, I haven't played all the other games. But in my mind, it being one of the best games I've played in probably last 10 years, I would say, of gaming. Like I would put it up there with the likes of like Persona 5, Persona 3 Reload, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Red Dead Redemption 2. Like I would put it in like again and the loot category of how good games are. Like those are like the games I kind of put up. Those are like perfect 10 out of 10 games for me. And I I won't go as far as to say it's a perfect game. There's definitely certain things that I don't like. But it's a damn really good game and it got me really invested in. Very happy I picked it up. I was on the fence on it for a while. I'm like, everyone's kind of hyping it up. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. And so I'm like, I'm gonna dive in and like I said, grab me from the first 10 minutes of the game. I'm like, all right, I'm buckled in. I'm ready to fucking rock and roll, man.
I haven't had a game like that in a while.
Yeah.
But I haven't allowed myself to play a game like that. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm stuck in the middle of 4 projects, and again, I should have
Yeah.
just not done 4, but here we
Yeah.
are.
Here we are.
And I'm in a bit
Yep.
of a stagnant block of these. Like, how long have you been playing Expedition 33? About a month?
About a month, I would say. Black Friday, so yeah, a little over a
Yeah.
month.
No, yeah, I've got 4 games on the go, so I'm about 4 months in.
Yeah.
I haven't picked up Hollow Knight in God knows how long. I don't even want to know. Like, my Switch 2 hasn't been on in however long.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Pokemon, but not ZA.
Mhm.
Still have not finished the Mega Dimension DLC.
Me
Still
neither.
don't know what the new Megas are because my everyone's Twitter feed has moved on. There's
Yep.
new things that I don't see
Nope.
any. It's
No one's
basically
talking about it.
almost impossible to get spoiled on it now because it's
I
all
know
over.
everyone's already on the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, so you know.
Oh, that speaking of, it's gonna be it sounds like it's gonna be tasty. Sounds like we're gonna get some good stuff. It looks like
I'm
the Gen
excited.
10 reveal will be in February on Pokemon Day. I think it is. Pokemon Day's in February? Yeah.
Yep.
Looking forward to actually seeing what it is instead of all these
Yeah.
Terra leaks and seeing
Yeah.
if they did change things up after someone got in and leaked it all.
Yep.
It's not good. It's not good.
That person's in prison. Like they've been found. They're in prison. They have to be at this point. Like Nintendo has found them.
I do like the logo. I like the 30th logo.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
looks really good.
Yeah.
Bringing back Pikachu because the 25th anniversary was a bit weird. It's out of shot. Luke can see it, but it's out of shot on the podcast.
Yeah.
Just out of shot. The logo wasn't fantastic. It was very minimalist. It was
No.
at the time.
It was.
But the fact that ETB behind me is now coming up to 5 years old, bro. I remember like yesterday when I bought that.
I do too. We were sitting right here. We were sitting right here. I mean,
I was cracking
different places,
packs,
but
and I could buy boxes. I could buy boxes for cheap, and now you know what?
Right?
I'm actually very very impressed with the recoil of the singles market.
Yes,
because I did have a flick through. I don't know what triggered it. I think I was just on eBay, and whenever I'm on eBay, it's like, oh, I'll just plug in a couple of cards and see what the going rate is. No, I know what it was. It was someone was talking about old ETBs and how much they've gone up in value. So I wanted to see how much that sealed ETB behind me, the 25th anniversary ETB, has gone up. It's around 260 US, I believe, something like that. It might be 260 Oz. I can't remember. It's doubled in price. I would expect it to go a bit further, but I suppose there's no real cards in there other than the Zard. But it's got a print on it. It's not its own set in a way.
No.
It's all reprinted old cards, so it doesn't have so much value. I'll try and get a 30th ETB. I will try when they come out.
Yeah.
Just or 2. I think I saw that they're coming. I think they're doing pre-orders. Maximum 2 of a pre-order. But the singles market, I'll go back to that real quick. Because my idea was I wanted to build all my draft teams in singles cards. If they have full arts, I'll buy the full arts. If they don't, then I'll just get like a nice holo.
Of course. That's sick.
But I remember the one I was looking at was the Baxcalibur from, was it Paldea Awakens or something? It's a really colourful Baxcalibur.
Yes.
When I was looking at it, it was like $20 Oz. So like $10 US. And then it shot up to like 90. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But now it's back down to about 20. So, and most of the cards I was looking at have now dropped significantly, like 40%. It seems like everyone's chilled out a bit on the singles market, which thank God they have. Because it was getting unbearable.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, one thing I've noticed is I can get Pokemon cards now. Again, I have to go to Target and I have to like go not on a release week, or like at like a week after release week or something like that. And I can get packs. You know, my friend, my nephew got a lot of Pokemon cards, and I asked my sister, I'm like, did you guys have a problem getting them? And she was like, no. Like they were there on the shelves. Target has that one person policy, so I went in, and then my her husband went in, and then she sent my niece in, my oldest niece in, and they were able to get like the cards and stuff like that. Um, and she's like, in local shops have them too. So I mean, it's a good thing to see that it is coming down. I think again, I think it really just boiled down to Pokemon and retailers really just honestly at the end of the day putting their fucking foot down about it, because again, going in release week and not being able to get product, or not, and just not being able to get product at all, just it's not good for the hobby. It makes people not want to get into the hobby. And so like I like being able to walk into GameStop and I'm able to see packs, and I'm able to see some not like a full one, but some, you know what I mean? Some ETBs and stuff like that. It's really nice to see, and it is good. And it is thanks a lot to the market value of things going down. There isn't necessarily like that one card um anymore, because a lot of the arts are all really fucking nice, and they're a lot more plentiful. Obviously, you have, the one Charizard, or the, for example, or like the Umbreon, like the ones that are always going to be really extremely popular, are always going to have that staying power. But a majority of the ones, like you said, the back scout went up because it was a cool artwork, and then dropped down, right? And that's how a lot of the cards have been. Even like, for example, that Mega Charizard from one of the newer sets, the one that everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be like the sickest card." Like it was going out for in Japanese for $1,000, and then you can probably get it now raw for like $300, and
Yep.
which is insane for a Charizard card. But again, it's the fact that there's so much Pokemon's printing a lot more boxes as they're becoming more attainable. People are getting them more on the pools. So, at the end of the day, it's a good thing for the market. It's a good thing for the hobby. And I'm very happy that it's kind of normalizing. It will spike again and get fucking outrageous, probably during the 30th for the 30th anniversary stuff. They're probably just gonna be like this one card. Um, but besides that, as it's nice
Thank
to
God for One
again, it's
Piece.
just yes. Well, yes, apparently One Piece is fucking
That is
everyone's
now
cup
the
of
new
tea now.
Pokemon. Thank God for
Please.
One Piece.
Yeah. Thank you. Take one. Yes, I love One Piece. Love the anime, but the cards, go ahead. Yes, if you want your shiny Zoro and Luffy card, or your lovely Nami in a bikini card, go ahead. Have fun with that. You guys can pay your $1,000. I'll take my Charizard. But no, it's cool. But yeah, I'm excited for the 30th. I definitely, like we said, I definitely think Gen 10's coming out. I'm really hopeful they shadow drop champions that day on Pokemon
Oh
Day. I
yeah,
think
that'd
that'd
be
be really
nice.
like just straight up shadow drop it. I think that'd be really really cool. And we've got it's a good again. These anniversaries are always special. The 25th was really really nice. They did a lot on the 25th. The 30th is also going to be extremely nice as well. So very excited for that. I'm imagining big things for the Pokemon Company. I'm imagining big things for the games. Because it's the 10th one. You got to go out for the 10th one. You cannot let your 10th game be shit. Like you
Yeah.
really can't. You really can't. But it's gonna be it's I'm very, very excited. And maybe I'm just very thoughtful. Maybe we'll get like a little maybe Ash will come back for like a little series. We'll get an adult Ash.
Oh, that'd
That's
be
kind of like
cool.
my one wish list. Like if they bring back, because the anime that they're doing, the anime is doing great. Like, and wild shit that they've done. They done aged the characters in that show by like 2 years. Like there was a time skip, and they're older, and I'm like, oh my god, we're they're getting old. This is crazy. This is great. I hope we get like a little Ash cameo. I really hope.
I hope
Again,
it's
obviously
like
Gen 10.
Mount Silver. I want that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want that that scene of like Ash
Yeah.
like facing out over
You
a landscape, and then
you
the
know what
protagonist, like what are they called, Roy and
Roy and Liko, yeah.
yeah, they walk up behind him, and he turns around, and his
That'd be cool.
fucking Charizard's just
That
there. Like
that's that's fucking sick. I like that a lot. You know what I really want them to do? You remember during the 25th anniversary where they would have those YouTube shorts that were like 8 minutes long and cover like a special thing from each generation. I'd like them to redo that and do it with a different like scene and stuff like that. Like I remember like they did one for Gold and Silver, and then they were like Team Rocket's been disbanded again, da 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 da, and that was really sick to me. So I hope they do that one again. That was really really cool.
Yeah, it's and I'm looking forward to, as always, the home merch. I like the posters and
Yeah,
all of the
exactly.
merchandise. I'm looking forward to
Yep.
see what they bring out for that special
Yeah, me too.
30th anniversary. I imagine there'll be some
Mm-hmm.
crazy Pikachu. I know there's a Lego set coming. There is a very, very expensive Lego set that
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm
I
gonna be
won't
able
be.
to. I don't know if I'm
I'm
gonna be
not gonna
able
get
to.
it.
I know
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
get
do
it.
it.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to resist.
I mean, I'm not getting it. I hate Legos, so have fun. I'm okay. I don't okay, let me rephrase it. I don't hate I like looking at Legos. I hate putting them together because I'm like not great with my hands when it comes to Legos. Like Bionicles as a kid was like very frustrating to me putting Bionicles together. I had a hard time transforming my Transformers. The fact of like me twisting and putting little things like to get things together as a child has like made me never want to experience that as an adult. I don't even like to do puzzles because I'm like, why is it not fitting in the fucking piece? Like this shit is fucking.
Fair
So
enough. I
I
get
will
it.
be
I
able
get it
to.
in video
I'll be.
games. I don't like
Yeah, I'll
puzzles
be
in
able to
video games.
resist. I'll be able to resist the Lego set. Or I'll buy it and make someone like put it together for me. Just like have fun, make this for me, and it's gonna sit right here.
Nice. But yeah, that'll. I think that's a nice way
Yeah.
to wrap up.
30th anniversary talk, of course. But yeah, I mean, obviously, guys, thank you guys so much for listening each and every week. Honestly, the support on the YouTube and the audio side has been really, really awesome. It's been very consistent, which is really nice to see. We've kind of hit a peak and now we're kind of staying where we're at. We're not kind of fluctuating as we were towards the end of the year. So it's really, really nice that you guys are listening, liking, giving us the comments, listening on your audio like you guys always do. And again, 2026 is just around the corner. It's not around the corner, but it has
It is here.
officially started. It is here, and we have got things in the works. So stay tuned to that. Um, we will definitely for YouTube videos, YouTube listeners, watchers, and audio listeners. You guys can go to the YouTube. We will put a link in the description for our Draft League Discord, where you guys could possibly join up and learn about. Try to join the series ladder if you guys are interested in it. And if you guys obviously have any questions about it, you can always message in that Discord app and we will get you guys squared away if you guys want to join in on the fun. But until then, we will see you guys next time. Bye bye.